Good evening, fans. Welcome in tonight here on AudioSportsOnline.com, your home for the Cascade Cadets Lady Basketball. I'm Rob Kendall. Zorn will join us shortly as tonight your Cascade Lady Cadets take on the Speedway Spark Plugs. I'm Rob Kendall. Zorn will be with us momentarily. Before we join in with Lex, let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's game. For your Lady Cadets, number 0, Makayla Collier, a senior, 5'5". Number 12, Lexie Gross, a senior, 5'2". Number 22, Taylor Norris, a freshman, 5'8". Number 30, Laura Batts, a senior, 5'4". And number 33, Bayleigh Walker, a senior, 5'10". For the visiting Speedway Spark Plugs, number 5 is Reagan Hubbard, a senior, 5'3". Number 12, Rachel Gregory, a sophomore, 5'4". Number 20, Carly Smith, a sophomore, 5'7". Number 22, Hannah Lindsay, a sophomore, 5'7". And number 24 is Mackenzie Smith. Mackenzie Smith is a junior, 5'7". So let's go over the starting lineups again for tonight's game. Number 0, Makayla Collier. Number 12, Lexie Gross. 22, Taylor Norris. 30, Laura Batts. And 33, Bayleigh Walker for your cadets. For the Speedway Spark Plugs, 5, Reagan Hubbard. 12, Rachel Gregory. Number 20, Carly Smith. Number 22, Hannah Lindsay. And number 24, Mackenzie Smith. Let's also take a moment here to thank the folks that make it possible for us to be out here tonight and bringing you Cascade Cadets High School basketball. Actually, we'll hold off. No, okay, I guess we're going to go ahead and do that now. I got a little crossed up there on whether we're going to do the national anthem, but nobody's out on the court, so I don't think they're planning to do that yet. Let's go ahead and thank the fine principal here at the Cascade High School, Mr. John Acton, as well as the outstanding athletic director, Mr. Scott Stevens, doing a great job for allowing us to bring you the Cascade Cadets High School basketball. It is senior night, and the seniors now are coming out onto the floor, and we'll talk a little bit about them as we roll on through the game tonight. Let's also meet the partners, these corporate sponsors that make it possible for us to be out here. Platinum Partner CJ's Pizza, Platinum Partner AIC Irrigation, Diamond Partner North Salem State Bank, and Diamond Partner Best Way Drywall. Just met Laura Batts, one of the seniors out there tonight, one of only 3 seniors, also with Bayleigh Walker and Makayla Collier. And at this time, we'll go ahead and welcome in the man who will be doing the game with me tonight, the one and only Lex Zorn. Lex, it's hard to believe we've already made it to senior night.
Yes, indeed it is, Rob. It's always great to be here out at Cascade, and especially tonight because, as you said, it is senior night when we will honor this outstanding class, very arguably the greatest senior class in the 53-year history of the school. The 4 seniors on this team, Bayleigh Walker, Makayla Collier, Laura Batts, and Lexie Gross. Those 4 young ladies have grown up in this community, devoted themselves to this system, bonded together, and elevated Cascade from being a good program to being a great program. They're having a banner season, one of the greatest, ever in Cascade history. They enter the game with a record of 16-5, despite playing one of the toughest schedules of any 2A team in the state, if not the toughest. They're 2-3 against Class 4A teams, 9-2, incredibly, against Class 3A teams, and 5-0 against fellow Class 2A teams. And almost certain to win their sectional next week, which they host. It would only be the 3rd sectional championship in school history, and hopefully make a run at the Class 2A state championship. And so, tonight being their final regular season, tonight being their final regular season game, as Lexie Gross now is being introduced on the court to a nice ovation from this crowd. Ironically, the Lady Cadets enter this game having come off arguably the most sensational triumph in their career. On Tuesday night, they visited the Avon Lady Orioles, a Class 4A team, trailed 39-19 in the second quarter before making, maybe the biggest comeback in school history and getting a 64-61 win, in which they just were awesome in the second half, showing a lot of poise and chipping away at the lead a little bit at a time. And now Bayleigh Walker, the team's leading scorer, 15 points and 8.6 rebounds a game on the season, being introduced. So tonight, the opponent for your Lady Cadets, much weaker, the Speedway Lady Sparkplugs. They've had a lot of good teams over the years, but they enter this game with a record of only 4-16. They are in rebuilding mode. They only have 2 players averaging more than 4 points a game. They're led by sophomore Hannah Lindsay, a 5'7" guard who's averaging 10.4 points and 6 rebounds a game. And the only other player who contributes a whole lot is 5'3" senior guard Reagan Hubbard, who averages 9.8 points per game, as well as a team-high 6.8 rebounds per game. Meanwhile, for your Lady Cadets, as I said, senior Bayleigh Walker, she's a 5'10" center, having a banner season, scored 28 points, probably a career high in that huge comeback win at Avon on Tuesday night, in which I lost about half of my voice. Like I said, averages 15 points and 8.6 rebounds a game. Fellow senior Makayla Collier close behind with 14.7 points a game. And Hannah Rasnake, who is a 5'11" junior and who will be counted on to carry the load next year, and in the absence of Walker and Collier, averaging 10.4 points a game. And also 5'6" junior point guard Olivia Bryant has been a very strong contributor this season with 8.5 points and a team-high 4 assists a game. And sister Amelia Bryant, another junior who's 5'9", is also contributing significantly with 6 points a game. So now the Lady Cadets, the 4 seniors, Collier, Walker, Gross, and Batts have just been given goodie bags and balloons, and now the rest of the team takes the court. It's great to see the Lady Cadets being introduced there with their parents, the 4 seniors, that is. And so I guess they did the and now they're 3 minutes on the warm-up clock. The team's now warming up again. I guess they moved the start time up tonight to accommodate the pregame festivities.
Speedway does not have a JV team.
Well, I did not know that.
That is why they moved it up.
Okay.
I didn't know that either until got an email about noon today and said, hey, game's at 7.
And that certainly is probably one of the reasons the program is struggling. I mean, obviously, Speedway's not a big school, but they're not a super small school. Actually, they live about 2 miles away from Speedway. And by the way, ironically, if Cascade does win their sectional next week, which is probable, and we'll be talking more later in the broadcast about the potential matchups, postseason matchups there. If they do win the sectional, they will be playing at the Speedway Regional, in which their first-round opponent, their regional semifinal opponent, would likely be Triton Central, who is a stellar 19-1. So, certainly.
Yeah, and one of we will be broadcasting those games next week, Leck. Of course, Speedway Cascade will have the game 8 p.m. Friday night, and then they will, if they win, they will play Saturday night for the championship at, I believe, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, most likely against Cloverdale, who we played just a couple of weeks ago. They gave us a tough fight, led in the third quarter before we finished strong, pulled away to a 69-57 win. But they do have the young center potential superstar Tori Combs, one of the best sophomores in the state.
And one of the reasons we did not initially have this game on our schedule, it was added late due to our coverage of high school football and some of our teams doing a little bit better than we had anticipated. And so ultimately we added this game late. But one of the reasons we added this game is the fact that both Principal John Acton and Athletic Director Scott Stevens came from Speedway High School. So it was kind of an alma mater game for them, and that's how they got over here to Cascade on the journeys that both of them had taken through their educational and coaching and athletic careers. They came from Speedway High School, so it's kind of a fun game for us to bring tonight, and a fun game for them. And, of course, they know a lot of the folks with Speedway High School.
Oh, that's great. And, I've been to quite a few Speedway games over the years. And, they have one of the great nicknames in all of sports, high school sports in the country, the Spark Plugs. And, in fact, at halftime I'm going to mention a few of the other great names. It's a feature I do every now and then when we're playing a team with an unusual name. But their mascot, and apparently they did not bring their mascot with them tonight, but he's very cool. Their mascot is actually a spark plug with arms, legs, and a smiley face. He just walks around the crowd like any other mascot would. And is very cool. And at that, we will pause for the national anthem.
At this time, we would ask that you please rise, kindly remove your hats, and face the flag at the west end of the gymnasium as we honor our freedoms, those who are currently protected, and those who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Ladies and gentlemen, Cascade Varsity Band will be playing our national anthem under the direction of Mr. Doug McCoy.
All right, there you go, our national anthem, and we're just about ready to go here tonight. Rob Kendall along with Lex Zorn coming to you from the Cascade High School, where your Lady Cadets on senior night going to take on the Lady Spark Plugs from Speedway. And as we get ready to go here tonight, let's go ahead as they are introducing the starters. Again, for your cadets tonight, all four seniors starting: Collier, Batts, Walker, and Gross, along with freshman Taylor Norris. Let's take a look ahead what we've got coming up. As we said, we will have the girls' sectional semifinals as well as the girls' sectional championships next week. Those will be audio-only broadcast due to rules from the IHSAA. So those will be audio-only broadcasts, but we will bring them to you. We're also going to have on Thursday, we're going to have the boys taking on Bethesda. That's a Thursday night game, 7:30 due to the sectionals. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you can hang out with us here on audiosportsonline.com. .net.
Yeah, definitely. Hope you'll join us, and I'm sure we'll be very good for your social lives. But anyway, tell you, it's just been such a great thrill here coming out to Clayton. This is about my 12th or so trip that I've made out here for both boys and girls games. Some of them, double headers. And, it's a great gym, great community. The Lady Cadets, one of the top small class, one of the top lower class programs in the state. The boys having their best team in years really look like they're about to turn the corner and move into, the upper echelon of Class 2A. And so it's really an exciting time to be a Cascade fan. So we picked a great time to begin this relationship with the cadets, which we hope will go on for many years. So now Bayleigh Walker to jump for Speedway, for Cascade. I actually live just a couple of miles from Speedway High School, but definitely I feel like an honorary cadet as many times as I've been out here this year. So now it will be Hannah Lindsay, the 5'7" sophomore, the team's leading scorer, the future of this program, jumping against Walker. Walker has a 3-inch tight advance, and she tips it easily over to Batts. Tips over to Lexie Gross. Again, all four seniors getting the start tonight. Don't know how long they're going to be kept into the game. But now a drive to the basket is good. That was Taylor Norris. So it's the team's only freshman. It's ironic. Taylor Norris has not played a whole lot of varsity minutes this year, but she is the only freshman on the varsity team. And so it's interesting that, you start the only freshman along with the four seniors. But Presumably we'll see a lot of, the great juniors on this team, Makayla Collier, Hannah Rasnake, Olivia Bryant, and Amelia Bryant tonight as well. So now handling the ball for Speedway, we have Reagan Hubbard, team's senior, a second leading scorer, and the ball knocked out of bounds. Against Speedway, only 2 players averaging more than 4 points a game, and the Lady Sparkplugs only averaging 30 points a game on the season. You don't want to ever count your chickens before you hatch. You always want to take your opponents seriously, but it would be hard-pressed for Cascade would be hard-pressed to lose this game. And certainly, obviously, not having a JV team, certainly a disadvantage for the Sparkplugs program. But they have had a lot of good seasons over the years in many sports, so hopefully they will get it turned around. Now a mistook shot by Hubbard, and Bayleigh Walker brings it up, passes down to Lexie Gross, who didn't see it, and it was stolen by Hubbard. Cascade with a 2-0 lead, just a little over a minute into this game. Senior day here at Cascade, all 4 seniors in starting, Collier, Walker. And now Hubbard with the ball, takes it on the baseline, drives past Walker, and now loses the ball, though, picked up by Cascade. I believe that's Norris who has the ball. She takes it to the basket and lays it in. No, I'm sorry, that's
Makayla Collier.
Makayla Collier into the game now. The team's
a steal by Lexie Gross.
Yes. Yeah, it's ironic that they're playing spark plugs, because I often refer to Lexie Gross as a spark plug. She is very much that type of player. And now turnaround bank shot by Bayleigh Walker hits it. So 2 points each by Norris, Collier, and Walker, and it's a 6-0 lead for. And now we got a whistle as Cascade was trying to get the ball to the basket. So we've got I'll tell you, for a weeknight girls game, we have a pretty decent crowd. I think it's been a little bit late arriving because of the early start time, but have about a couple of hundred fans here, maybe 20 fans who made the trip from Speedway, which is an enclave suburb in Western Marion County, of course, home of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So the Indianapolis, for those of you who don't know, the Indianapolis 500 is actually not in Indianapolis, but it is surrounded by the city of Indianapolis. Speedway, a little enclave suburb with a population of about 10,000 or so. Now a three-pointer by Walker, no good, and now goes over the backboard out of bounds to Speedway. 5:47 to go in the first quarter. 6-0 lead for your Lady Cadets. So now Hannah Lindsay with the ball. I imagine that she and Hubbard will do a lot of the ball handling tonight. This is not a deep Speedway team at all. And now a layup, no good, knocked out of bounds to Cascade as Mackenzie Smith, 5'7" junior, unsuccessfully went for the rebound. It fell off her hands out of bounds. So Makayla Collier, wearing number 0, will bring it up. Team's second leading scorer. She and Walker have alternately been the team's leading scorers at different times this year. Walker moved in front after her 28 performance. And now drive to the basket, lays it up and in. So Collier off to a good start. She has a team high and game high 4 points, and it's an 8-0 Lady Cadet lead. I'd imagine that even though all the seniors started, that the reserves, some of the younger players will be playing heavy minutes tonight. This is a game that's likely to be well out of reach for Speedway by the second quarter. Now pass down court to Collier, and she lays it in easily. She has 6 now, and it's a 10-0 Lady Cadets lead. Looks like they're going to send off the seniors in style.
Yeah, and they may leave these seniors out here for a long time, Leck, because obviously, as you said, with a sizable ability advantage early on.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Rob, I was so sorry that you missed that dandy of a game on Tuesday night. But after all that drama, this seems anticlimactic by comparison. But nevertheless, it's just a real treat to be out here for the senior day. This is, like I said, this school's been around 53 years. This very well could be the best senior class that the Lady Cadets have ever had. Cascade's been a winning program in girls basketball for many years, but they haven't been an elite program. And this year, and now it's a three-pointer there by Hannah Lindsay. It was a long three-pointer too, almost NBA distance, and that's the first Speedway points of the game. And now a drive to the basket, up and good by Hannah Rasnick, newly into the game. She started a lot of the season and then been the sixth woman in some other games. So already 4 Lady Cadets have scored, and they have a 12-3 lead. Now Hubbard with the ball at the left perimeter, guarded by Gross, pitches inside now. And now Lindsay gets the ball, pitches out, now back to Hubbard, who mishandles it but gets control. Nearly stolen by Gross. Now behind the back dribble, Hubbard drives to the basket, puts it up, and draws the foul. 3:31 to go here at Cascade. This is senior day. We had a nice ceremony for the 4 Lady Cadet seniors before the game. In fact, they actually have nice photo collages, each of them on the opposite corner of the gym from Rob and me here. And now Reagan Hubbard going to the free throw line. Her first free throw is up. She swishes it. So far it's the 2 leading scorers for Speedway who scored tonight. The 2 leading scorers on the season are the only 2 Lady Spark Plugs who scored tonight. Hubbard's second free throw is up and good. So it's 12-5 now. Makayla Collier brings it up now. This is unusual because this is not a group of players who've spent a lot of time on the floor together this season. But again, they've been playing together for so many years that I'm sure their chemistry will be fine. And now Hubbard now with the ball at the other end. She takes to the basket, and now it looks like she was trying to beat Lindsay, who catches up to it, turns around, a hook shot, and she hits it. No, I'm sorry, that was Mackenzie Smith, excuse me. So Mackenzie Smith gets her first point, so it's 12-7. Speedway staying. They're on a 7-2 run since that 10-0 start, but now miss on the layup, and Speedway controls the rebound, but now we got to fight for the ball, and it's a jump ball. Possession arrow favors.
Yeah, you got to give a lot of credit to to Speedway. They are
now mass substitutions here. But go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, they're hanging in there. Certainly doing the best that they can, despite having
4 and 16.
A talent advantage, and obviously, be very easy here on senior night just to roll over for these cadets. But they're out there fighting. And it'll be interesting to see how they hang on the rest of this game.
And, not only now another jump ball here, this time possession arrow favors Cascade. But, when you don't have a JV team, obviously there are, it's not it's a program that obviously needs a lot of rebuilding. And Speedway's done very well in basketball in the past. They won at the sectionals recently, as 3 or 4 years ago. Now, obviously, in a down stretch that they're trying to pull out of. They do have a very talented young sophomore to build around in Hannah Lindsay. So now on the other end, Rasnick fakes the 3, gives it over to Collier. Now back to Rasnick. 2:16 to go here. Now over to, I think it's Olivia Bryant, newly into the game. Normally their starting point guard, leads the team in assists. And I believe this is and now a 3-pointer from the top of the key, and she hits it. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that was Collier, excuse me. So Collier, on senior day, already 9 first-quarter points, and it's a 15-7 lead for Cascade. And now a steal on the other end. Collier brings it down, pitches over, and we got a bobble there, but it's controlled by, and Rasnick puts up a 3 there. And now it's rebounded there and put up, and we got a foul there. So Cascade will be going to the line.
Yeah, and it's really a balancing act tonight for the Cascade coaching staff, of course, led by David Carpenter. But obviously don't want to get anybody hurt, want everybody healthy for next week, and but still get some minutes in there so that nobody's rusty as we head into sectionals.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So now, who's at the line? I can't tell from that ponytail.
That is number 30. Let's see here. Boy, really knocking out the jersey there, isn't it, Leck?
Yep.
Let's see here. I'll get it for you here in just a second.
Oh, no problem.
Number 24.
Oh, Amelia Bryant. Okay, yeah. So Amelia makes one of two. So after that 10-0 lead that Cascade jumped out to, it's been relatively even, with Speedway actually outscoring Cascade 7-6, 1:10 to go now in the first quarter. Cascade has cooled off a little bit.
Yeah, now the Cadets have what you would say is a more traditional starting unit out there.
Now a three-pointer, no good. Rebound controlled by Lindsay. Lindsay looks like she's a solid player to build around for the future of this Lady Sparkplugs program. She takes a three from the top of the key, no good. Rebound Bayleigh Walker coming off that monster game out Avon. And now at the other end, Lady Cadets gives it over to Walker at the top of the key, pitches it inside for a layup attempt, and we got a foul there. So 40.1 seconds to go now. Foul is on Erica Nellis. Free throw is up and good. So Amelia Bryant with her second free throw of the game. That's going for her third here. And it's a 17-7 Cascade lead on Senior Day. Free throw is up, and it is good. So 18-7 now. Cascade's cooled down a little bit since the red-hot start, but they're still well in control of this game, up by 11. Now on the other end, got a steal there, and takes it all the way down and up, and lays it in. That's Hannah Rasnake. So now on the other end, Reagan Hubbard takes it in all the way herself and draws the foul on the way to the basket. Speedway now with a 13-point lead. Or excuse me, Cascade with a 13-point lead. Cascade with a 13-point lead. That's going to be on Bayleigh Walker. That's already her second, so she very well could sit down. So now Reagan Hubbard with 2 points on the game. She's averaging just under 10 on the season. She's a senior. First free throw is up and good. She swished it. Yeah, second free throw is also good. So Hubbard with 4 to lead the Sparkplugs 20-9 now. 17 seconds to go. Amelia Bryant with the ball. We got a whistle here with 13.7 seconds to go. I think they're going to get somebody for
kicking.
Yeah, okay.
The ball out of bounds.
So 13.7 seconds to go now and now it's Olivia Bryant in the backcourt. She brings it past the midcourt now. 10 seconds to go. Over to Rasnake now. Gives it over to Amelia Bryant. 6 seconds. Inside to Bayleigh Walker. 4 seconds. Now pitches back. And now they lose control. And it's a bank shot and no good. And
it's going to count. What a great job that time, as that was Amelia Bryant catching the ball and putting it in right before the buzzer.
There's Amelia Bryant. They credit Bryant with that? Okay.
It was.
Okay. Well, I didn't think it was on time, but, wow. So, after one quarter here on Senior Day at Cascade, your Lady Cadets, as expected, apparently on their way to a very easy victory over the outmanned Speedway Lady Sparkplugs. The Speedway program not in the greatest condition right now, with no JV team entering the game with a record of only 4-16, and they're averaging 30 points a game on the season while giving up 59. It's a program that's done a lot of good things in the past, but, right now just going through a down stretch. Hopefully they will bounce back. And hopefully I certainly wish them good luck, except, of course, when they're playing Cascade. So news from the NBA, two guys with local ties making the All-Star team. Paul George with the Pacers, and then Gordon Hayward, of course, former Brownsburg star, now with the Utah Jazz, also making the All-Star team. So congratulations to both of them. So 22-9 your score as we head to the second quarter here at Clayton. It's a game in which the Lady Cadets seized control early, scoring the first 10 points. Speedway's played relatively even since then, but has not threatened to make it close. So now Hubbard with the ball, and now we got a whistle here. No, they got her for a travel. So now, oh boy, Olivia Bryant didn't see the ball pitched in there by Walker at first, but then turned around in time. Fortunately, no Speedway player was there to take it. I'll tell you, the first half at Avon there is we got a three-pointer, and that's good. That's Hannah Rasnake. She has 7 now already, second on the team behind Collier, and it's a 25-9 Cascade lead. Hubbard with the ball now over to Rachel Gregory. Three-pointer from the left perimeter. No good. Rebound Walker. Pitches it up to Bryant now inside. And bank shot no good. Rebounded by Cascade. Hubbard brings it up for Speedway. Pitches it down to Lindsay. Fakes a three, then drives toward the basket. Now pitches out to Hubbard. Fakes a three, and it goes over to Corabo. Now back to Hubbard. Nearly stolen. Now it's knocked out of bounds there. A nice steal attempt by Rasnake at 5'11", the tallest player on the Lady Cadets. By the way, another thing about Speedway, they are a rebuilding program. They have only 2 seniors in Hubbard and Hannah Sherfick. They actually have, believe it or not, 6 freshmen. So certainly that's a contributing factor in being 4-16. So, with those 6 freshmen as they continue to grow, and then with Hannah Lindsay showing a lot of promise, this 5'7" sophomore, certainly they do have some pieces to build around. Now, Olivia Bryant now brings it up for the Lady Cadets with a 25-9 lead. 6:30 to go here in the second quarter at Clayton. My name is Lex Zorn, joined by Rob Kendall. This is our first season of covering Lady Cadets basketball, and we got to travel there against Cascade. And now the two usual senior reserves, Batts and Gross, coming back into the game for Amelia Bryant, and I believe it's Olivia Bryant sitting down as I'm Hannah Rasnick, excuse me. So now Lindsay will bring it up for Speedway. Gives it over to Rachel Gregory. She's a 5'4" sophomore. Very, very young Speedway team. And now a long three-pointer there. No good. Rebounded there now by Hannah Lindsay. And so now Lindsay with the ball. That's an NBA three. Almost hit it, but, fell just short. And now out of bounds to Cascade with 5:45 to go here in the second quarter. And so anyway, now Speedway, Cascade, just having fun here on senior day. They have executed very well in this game. And now a three-pointer there near the right corner, no good. Rebound controlled by Cascade. Puts it up and draws the foul. So 5:32 to go now, and that's Trinity Hostetler into the game now, a 5'11" junior who's done some good work in spots this season. Steps to the free throw line. The first one is up and no good off the front of the rim. Now Collier coming back in for Olivia Bryant. So now, Hostetler in the second free throw. It's no good, but I think looks like we got some kind of whistle here. So Hostetler misses them both. And now Hostetler will sit down. So we got Collier, Batts, Walker, Gross, and now Katie Cleveland into the game, a 5'10" junior who's played little this season. But a few weeks ago, I think it was Cloverdale. It's one of those somewhere in that range on the schedule. Now steal there by Lexie Gross, brings it up, pitches down court. Collier takes a hook shot blocked there, picked up there by Mackenzie Smith, and gives it over to to Lindsay, and who draws the foul, driving toward the basket. No, they're going to get her, I guess, for the charge. So 4:56 to go, and Cascade looks like they're going to cruise to an easy victory tonight. Certainly there's going to be a lot less drama than there was out at Avon on Tuesday when I was fairly hoarse by the end of the game. I really lost my mind in that one, and I just listened to the playback of it yesterday. I got a big kick out of it because I was so scatterbrained by the end of it. But it was worth it. That was just what an exciting evening, and glad I witnessed. I haven't checked with the stat crew here from Cascade yet, but I really wonder if that was the biggest come-from-behind win in school history. If it wasn't, it's got to be in the top 5 or so. So I've very, very rarely ever seen anything like it in nearly 4 decades of watching sports. So now jump shot there blocked by Bayleigh Walker, and she pitches down, but it's knocked away, and there's a loose ball here, and it goes out of bounds to Speedway with 4:04 to go here in the second quarter. This is senior day at Cascade. All 4 seniors, they were honored before the game. They started tonight. If you're here listening on your mobile device, during halftime or after the game, go check out the beautiful photo collages they have of the 4 seniors there on the upper level. They're very, you can see them easily wherever they're basically opposite Rob and me. So it's great to see that they did that for the seniors, and this is a school that really appreciates. They've shown great appreciation for Rob and me this season. They've given us the red carpet treatment, and it's great to see that they value their players so much also that they, and even gave them goodie bags and balloons. I've never seen anything like that on senior day before. That's a really nice touch. So now a three-pointer by Walker is good. Bayleigh Walker with 5 now. Coming off probably a career high the other night with her 28 points, and 20 in the second half, by the way. She was the biggest key in that huge come-from-behind win at Avon. And now a layup, no good. Hubbard comes with the rebound. 28-9 your score. Cascade over Speedway. And now a three-pointer there by Lindsay. No good. Air ball out of bounds to Cascade. 3:03 to go now in the second quarter. It'll be interesting to see what strategy they use. I have a feeling that Coach Carpenter will play the usual senior reserves, Batts and Gross, a lot tonight. Collier and Walker probably not quite as much, although I'm sure he'll make sure they get taken out to nice ovations. So they've got a three-pointer in and out there by Collier, rebound by Hubbard, who's been very active on the board. She is the team's leading rebounder on the season, despite only being 5'3". So that says a lot about her competitiveness. And now a three-pointer, no good, rebounded by Bayleigh Walker. Pitches to a wide open, I believe that's Taylor Norris now, who has 4, the freshman, showing a lot of promise for the future of this program. They do the 2 starters they lose are Collier and Walker, who contributing. And now Lexie Gross grabs the ball, forcing a jump ball. Possession arrow favoring Cascade, who leads 30-9. 2:16 to go now in the second quarter here. Looks like my pulse is going to get a lot less of a workout tonight than it did at Avon, and so I feel very mellow right now. Because this is such a sharp contrast to Tuesday night, and I'll tell you, this is apparently going to be a huge win for Cascade. Now Bayleigh Walker misses a layup. Rebounded there by Cascade, patched up to Hubbard, who tries to take it all the way herself, and it's knocked out of bounds off her leg to Cascade. But had they lost that game the other night, had Cascade lost that game, well, they probably would have won tonight no matter what. Like I said, Cascade could probably play their D game tonight and still get a win, but this win means so much more coming off of the Avon win. I mean, and now this is a three-pointer there. That's a Makayla Collier there for 3. The 5'5" senior now getting a hug there from fellow senior starter Bayleigh Walker. So it's a 33-9 lead for your Lady Cadets. Makayla Collier trying to go out in style. She had 22 on Tuesday night, and now she has already 12 tonight, so 34 points in the last 6 quarters. And now Makayla Collier being honored. I think she just set some sort of a milestone.
I'm going to guess that's the 1,000-point mark there or some sort.
That could be. I do know that Bayleigh Walker got her 500th career rebound there at Avon on Tuesday night. And
I will head down at halftime and try to figure out what that was for.
Yes,
How
please
about
do.
that?
Yeah, I appreciate that, yeah. And so 33-9 your score. Cascade giving a nice send-off win to this outstanding senior class. Maybe the best senior class in school history. Though they still have unfinished business after tonight, they're still hoping for a good postseason run. And now Lindsay draws the foul. I think they're going to get Collier for it. No, they're going to say that, I guess they're going to get Lindsay for the push-off. Lindsay scoring 3 points tonight on a three-pointer in the first quarter. And now at the other end, now inside, we got a Collier block there. Hubbard picks it up. Hubbard, very much an overachiever at 5'3". She now double-teamed, pitches it back to Lindsay, fakes the three. Now a jump shot just inside the three-point lane. No good. Rebound by Cascade. And they bring it up a little over a minute to go here in the first half. Now Bats with the ball. And now a long three, no good off the front of the rim. And Hubbard gets the rebound. And now nice shift in directions there over to Lindsay. Jump shot, no good. Rebound by Cascade. And they now could hold for the last shot. 44 seconds to go now. But Bats with the ball now over to Walker. Back to Bats at the top of the key. 36 seconds to go now. Cascade with a 24-point lead. Bayleigh Walker now over to Bats. Long three, that's an NBA distance, no good. Rebound by Rachel Gregory, the 5'4 sophomore. She gives it up to Lindsay, who's handled the ball a lot. Only had 3 points, though, that being the three-pointer that was the first spark plug score of the game. 15 seconds to go now in the half. 9 seconds now. Now inside to Mackenzie Smith. Turnaround hook shot. No good. She gets her own rebound, puts it up, and she's fouled. 2.9 seconds to go. So Speedway still with a chance to hit double figures before halftime. And that being said, they only averaged 30 points a game on the season. They do not have a lot of offensive weapons. This is a very young team. First free throw is good. So that's Mackenzie Smith now with 3 points. Now Amelia Bryant back into the game for Bryant, for Sophia Bryant, and now she missed the second one, and Speedway gets the rebound, but no good on a three-pointer at the buzzer. So, as the two teams head to the locker room, your Cascade Lady Cadets having an outstanding senior day. They lead the visiting Speedway Lady Sparkplugs by a score of 33-10 here on AudioSportsOnline.com. Look at the individual scoring first for your Cascade Lady Cadets. Not surprisingly, one of the two seniors, two senior regular starters, is leading the team in scoring tonight. Makayla Collier has 12. Then Hannah Rasnick has 7. Bayleigh Walker has 5. Amelia Bryant has 5. And Taylor Norris has 2. Meanwhile, for the Speedway Lady Sparkplugs, Reagan Hubbard has 4. Hannah Lindsay has 3. And Mackenzie Smith has 3. So, now I'm going to do something that's a little bit different than I usually do. Usually at these halftime shows, I show, I just talk about, I give the first, I give the recap of the first half, and then talk about, what the teams need to do the second half, and maybe, look at the upcoming schedule. But, Speedway.
All right, Lex, not to cut you off here, but I got the info.
Okay, great.
That was Makayla Collier's 1,000th,
yes.
easy enough for me to say, 1,000th career point.
All right.
That was what the ball was for. She's only the third female player in school history to reach that mark.
Oh, that's great. All right.
So got it right at the end.
Yes. So that's good. Glad she did it on Senior Day. I'm sure that makes it even more special. So much congratulations to Makayla Collier. You know, she wears number 0, but, you know, her production to the team is is a lot greater than that. So definitely she's certainly going to be sorely missed. She should go on to play college ball somewhere. But anyway, right now what I'd like to do is take a look. Yes, I mentioned Speedway as the spark plug, certainly one of the more unusual team sports names here in Indiana. But it's not the craziest. There are some others that are pretty wild. Sometimes, in some cases, even much more wild than spark plugs. For example, you have the Frankfurt Hot Dogs. You have the Northwest Space Pioneers. You have the Hobart Brickies. To this day, I don't know what a brickie is. You have the Martinsville Artesians. But, you know, some of the best names come from some of the schools that have closed. You know, right now there are a little over 400 high schools in the state of Indiana, but there were about twice that many prior to all the mass consolidations that took place from the 40s through the 60s. For example, Cascade was a consolidation of Clayton, Amo, and Stylesville. In fact, that's where the CAS in Cascade came from, and of course the CADE, as you might know, came from Cadet. But anyway, some of the schools that closed had, you know, particularly hilarious nicknames, and I'd like to review a few of them right now. These are all schools that have closed, but there was the Attica Red Ramblers, the Anderson Highland Scots, the Adams Central Flying Jets. No, I'm sorry, that's the list of the current schools. Okay, the current schools on this list are the Adams Central Flying Jets, the Anderson Highland Scots, the Attica Red Ramblers, the Clay City Eels, the Delphi Oracles, the Eminence Eels. And I think they're going to be coming here in a few weeks. I hope they bring their mascot along because that's got to be a good one. But the Frankfurt Hot Dogs, Gary Wirtz Troopers, Hamilton Marines, Hamilton Morton Governors, Hobart Brickies, Indianapolis Northwest Space Pioneers, Indianapolis Washington Continentals, International School of Indiana Griffins, that's Gryphons, the Jimtown Jimmies, I wonder what kind of mascot they have, the LaPorte Slicers, Logansport Berries, Madison Grant ARGYLLS, I have no idea what that is, Martinsville Artesians, Mishawaka Cavemen, New Harmony Rapites, I don't know what a Rapite is either, Northwestern Du Bois Jeeps. I wonder if Du Bois County is actually any connection with the Boys head coach Chris Du Bois. We don't know. But, you know, they're the Jeeps. I don't know if they're going to have any copyright trouble with that name or not. But then you have the Oldenburg Academy Twisters, the Rising Sun Shiners, River Forest Ingots, Roxville Rocks, that's spelled R-O-X. Then the Shoals Jug Rocks, South Adams Starfires, South Central Satellites, Speedway Spark Plugs, obviously playing tonight, Sullivan Golden Arrows, Tell City Marksmen, Vincennes Lincoln Alice's, and Washington Hatchets. And then among the close schools, some of the good ones, we have the Alkena Blue Arrows, the Arlington Purple Breezes, the Banquo Ghosts, the Bedford Stonecutters, the Bloomington Academy Immorals, the Bridgeton Raccoons, the Buck Creek Cobras, Burnettsville Bees, the Butler Windmills, the Katy Spaniards, the Cambridge City Wampus Cats,
the what?
Wampus Cats, W-A-M-P-U-S Cats. That's one I'll have to look up also. Let's see, the Colfax Hickories. I wonder if they were inspiration for the fictional team in Hoosiers. The Concannon Cannons. Try say Concannon was the school, Cannons was the name. Try saying that 5 times fast. The Converse Bordermen. That sounds like more of a team, you know, like in Texas. But nevertheless, then there was the Corey Apple Boys. I'm sure they had a cute mascot. The Cynthiana Annas. Probably the boys' teams in the sports took a lot of teasing. The Deacon Demons. The Deer Creek Crickets. the Dunkirk Speed Cats, the Edwardsport Powers, the Epsom Salts. Epsom was the school, Salt was the nickname. The Farmersburg Plowboys, the Fontanet Beantowners, the Fort Branch Twigs, the Freeland Fighting Dutchmen. Figure that there would be a Fighting Dutchman team in Wisconsin or Michigan where they have the heavy Dutch populations, but not Indiana. The Gary Emerson Tornadoes, the Goldsmith Goldbugs, the Griffin Tornadoes, the Hannah Fishermen, the Hartford City Airedales, the Hartford Township Gorillas, the Hopstott Elites. Boy, I bet they took a lot of flack when they were having down seasons since they were named the Elites. The Hayden Haymakers, the Holland Dutchmen, the Holton Warhorses, the Honey Creek Honeybees. Here's a tongue twister. The Huntingburg Happy Hunters, the Hymera Shackamacks, the Idaville Green Streaks, the Indywood Woodchucks, the Ireland Spuds. I don't know where Ireland, Indiana is, but anyway. The Jackson Township Stonewalls, the Jamestown Little Giants, the Jefferson Township Yeomen, the Kennard Leopard Cats, the Kirkland Travelers. So I guess they lived up to their name every time they played road games. The Ladoga Canners, the LaFontaine Cossacks, the Leavenworth Rivermen, the Leavenworth Wyandottes. There's actually a Wyandotte cave down in that area. They're in south central Indiana. The Lincoln Rail Splitters, the Lincolnville Goldbugs, the Linville Lindies, the Madison Township Tomcats, the Marengo Cavemen, also a Marengo cave in south central Indiana, the Masonic Home Craftsmen, the McKinley Presidents, the Malott Derbies, the Michigan Town Ganders, the Middlebury Middles. Middles, what kind of name is that for a team? Then there's the Midland Middies, the Mill Creek Creekers, the Milton Sharpshooters. I'm sure they took a lot of teasing when their basketball team was having an off night from the field. The Monon Railroaders, Monroe City Blue Jeans. I wonder if they actually played their games in blue jeans. The Moscow River Rats, the Mount Ayr Airedales, the Mulberry Berries, the Newberry River Rats. Surprised there aren't more rodent nicknames in sports. The New Amsterdam Rivermen, the New Market Purple Flyers, the Oakland City Acorns, the Onward Redcoats. I wonder if they took any charges of being unpatriotic. The Patoka Wrens, the Perry Central Midgets. Sure, the PC police would never allow that one these days. The Pine Village Pine Knots. Reminds me of the Honey Creek Honeybees that I mentioned earlier. The Pinnell Purple Dragons. The Plainville Midgets. There are actually two midget teams in Indiana. I wonder if they ever played each other. The Pleasantville Blue Streaks. The Poseyville Posies. They should have played a game against the Cloverdale Clovers. The Raleigh Sir Walters. And here's, speaking of names that the PC police would never tolerate today, get this. The Remington Rifles. Then, let's see, we had the Roanoke Stonewalls. The Roll Red Rollers. I have no idea where Roll is. That's R-O-L-L. Roll High School. They were the Red Rollers. The Rosedale Hot Shots. The St. Paul Blasters. The Circleville Ringers. The Scotland Scotties. The Shadeland Peppers. Shawswick Farmers. Damon Bailey played for Shawswick Middle School, but that Shawswick High School merged with Bedford, part of now the Bedford North Lawrence system. So anyway, now back to action here. Cascade.
Hey, by the way, Leck, I wanted to say that I did get a chance at halftime to go over and look at those displays.
Yes.
For our seniors, so well done.
Yes, they're
Looked
beautiful.
Great.
Yeah, what a great way! What a great tribute to pay to these outstanding four young ladies. Maybe the best graduating class in Cascade history. They've really taken this program to new heights. Hopefully, they'll cap it off with a great tournament run. But we'll see. Now steal by Bayleigh Walker. Pitches down to Olivia Bryant. She gives it up now to Bayleigh Walker under the glass. Misses and rebounded there by Carly Smith, a 5'7".
That was Laura Batts there. They've got Batts in the game as well as I think the starting five are back out there now.
Yeah, that's right. We had the four seniors, Collier, Batts, Walker, and Gross all starting along with the freshman Taylor Norris making the surprise start. And as they get Norris for the foul there, that's her first. 33-10 now, and so Mackenzie Smith will be going to the line for Speedway. First shot is up and good. She now has 4 points, tying for the team lead.
And just a reminder, again, we'll be back a week from tonight.
So she hit them both now. Go ahead.
Boys' home game, Bethesda Patriots school in Christian school in Brownsburg. They are now affiliated with the IHSAA in all their sports, I think, and they're a 1A school. So they will play that game for you Thursday night, and then girls sectional action Friday and Saturday.
Yes. So now we got another foul on the other end. And it's certainly, I've talked a lot about what the girls have done this year, and it's been amazing. They've been ranked as high as number 5 here in the state. But, the boys are having a breakthrough season as well, coming off 4 consecutive losing seasons. They've really got it turned around in a big way this season, and they've now with a record of 9-6. And the first free throw is up and good there by Lindsay. But, yeah, the boys look like they're going to have their first winning season in 5 years. And they will return to action here. And both free throws are good there by Lindsay, by the way. So she has 5 now. So Speedway off to a 4-0 run to start off the half here. Lexie Gross now with the ball, playing in her final regular season home game. Now goes over to Makayla Collier. Collier stops dribbling there at the perimeter, hands off to Walker, who takes it back now to the top of the key, over to Norris. Now over to now a three-pointer that's blocked there by Lindsay, but Cascade gets the rebound now. Collier pitches it back out to Norris. Now over to Lexie Gross, thinks about a three, then pitches over now to Batts. Now back over to Collier at the top of the key, over to Batts. Now inside to Lexie Gross, puts it up, no good. Nearly got the rebound, but Hubbard beat her to it. Hubbard takes it down all the way herself. Hook shot, no good. Rebound by Bayleigh Walker. Looked like she was hacked there, but no call. Pitches down court to Collier, lays it in, no good. And rebound there by Carly Smith, who will bring it up. So over 2 minutes here in the half. Cascade still has not scored. Not much chance that Speedway is going to come back and win this game, trailing by 19. But, and again, 6 freshmen on this team, so that's the most I've ever seen on a high school varsity team. Now the block there. Walker pitches down to Batts. No good on the layup. Rebound by Lindsay. In these games that Rob and I have done this year for the girls, we've noticed an unusually high number of teams and now as a pass between the legs of Hubbard goes out of bounds to Cascade. But Rob and I have seen an unusual number of teams that are very that have more underclassmen than upperclassmen on the girls' side. Not so much the boys' side, but a lot on the girls' side. Speedway being the biggest example, though. I think it was Cloverdale was the first team I ever covered that had more freshmen than seniors. I think 5-3 ratio. Speedway's at 6-2. That's incredible. So certainly, they should get better as these players grow together. As Collier hits another three, she has a game-high 15. And that's the first Lady Cadet points of the half. And now steal by Cascade. Baseline jumper, no good. And a rebound there by Speedway. I think they're going to get Rasnick for the foul. Yeah, it's going to be Rasnick. So 22-point lead for Cascade, nearly 2.5 quarters into this senior day. Gregory brings it past midcourt. It's stolen by Walker, however. Pitch down court to Rasnick, lays it up and in. I'm sorry, that was Olivia Bryant with her first point. She hit the 2 points. She hit the 2 free throws at the end of the Avon game the other night to, and now Lindsay gets fouled and makes the shot on the other end. So Lindsay now with a game-high 7. She's the team's leading scorer on the season as well, averaging 10.4 a game. But, yeah, it was a 1-point game with 4.7 seconds to go. Olivia Bryant hit both free throws, making it a 3-point game, forcing Avon to go for the 3, which was no good at the buzzer. And certainly, and now she completes a 3-point play. So Lindsay with a game-high 8, and it's a 38-17 lead for Cascade. Now the defensive lapse there as Bryant tries to take it in herself, and there's a foul there. Lady Sparkplug tried to jump in at the last second, but looks like they're going to get her for the foul, and that's going to be on Carly Smith. That's her second, team first of the half. So Olivia Bryant goes to the free throw line now. First free throw is up and good. A year from now, this will be another very big day for another big senior day for Cascade, where we'll honor Olivia Bryant, Hannah Rasnake, and now she's good on the second one as well. So Olivia with 4 now, all in this half, and it's once again a 23-point lead. So it's been an even 7-7 margin here, and now a steal on the by Cascade, no good on the short bank shot. Now pitches out to a three-pointer there, no good. Bayleigh Walker puts it back up and in, though. Bayleigh Walker, a quiet game on senior day, but she still has 7, coming off 28 the other night. And now Hubbard takes it in all the way in herself, very aggressive mood, and she hits it. Reagan Hubbard with 6 points now. So the only 2 significant offensive players for Speedway all season are the 2 leading scorers tonight, Lindsay with 8 and Hubbard with 6. So Speedway has played relatively even since, that 10-0 run to start the game, but they just don't have the horses. And now we got a double dribble there by Collier. So 3:37 to go here. But yeah, the boys cadets team, though, they will be playing tomorrow in the Western Indiana Conference playoffs, and then on Saturday, and then a three-pointer there by swish there by Lindsay. She has 11 now, cutting the lead to 20. So it's actually been a 12-9 advantage by Speedway here in this half. They've hung tougher than I expected. I give the Lady Sparkplugs a lot of credit for that. So now Makayla Collier with the ball for Cascade, over to Bayleigh Walker, fakes the 3, now drives to the basket herself, puts it up the glass, and she hits it. So Walker with 9 points now. So the 2 seniors, the 2 leading scorers on the season, are the 2 leading scorers tonight. Collier with 15, Walker with 9. Hubbard now with the ball. Thinks about a 3, then pitches inside now over to Gianni Dal Carabo. And now over to Hubbard now. Jump shot that partially blocked by Bayleigh Walker. Cascade brings it down now. They've got Olivia Bryant there at the baseline. Pitches inside to Bayleigh Walker. Puts it in. So Bayleigh Walker with 11 now. One of 3 double-figure scores in this game, 2 for Cascade. That's a 46-22 lead now. Hubbard takes it now over to Dal Carabo. Back to Hubbard. Nearly loses control, but gets it back. Over to Lindsay now. 2:13 to go in the third quarter. Cascade with a 24-point lead here on senior day. Now Hubbard with the ball behind the back dribble. Tries to fake out her defender, Olivia Bryant. Guarded very closely. Now pitches it over to Dal Carabo. Takes it down on the baseline, pitches back out, and it's knocked out of bounds off of Lindsay to Cascade. But yeah, the boys team, though, they on Saturday they will be playing at Cascade. The boys team will be playing at Speedway, ironically. Boys Sparkplug team 3-11, so it should be a win for the boy cadets. And then, of course, like Rob said, they return home a week from tonight for a game against Bethesda Christian, a 1A team who enters the game, although surprisingly with a record of 11-3. They're doing very good for being new in the IHSAA, although it should be noted that some of their opponents are non-IHSAA schools, so probably not playing a whole lot of high-quality competition. So I'm not saying that they're not going to give us a tough fight, but Cascade certainly with a good shot to win that one. And then the boys will be out of action until a week from Friday. A week from Friday, in which they will play the Eminence Eels, 5-10, right here at Cascade. That should be another Cadets win. So, winning season not guaranteed yet for the boys team, but very, very likely at this point. So, what a great the boys team should be better next year with Dalton DuBois being a senior. So now Speedway with the ball, trailing by 24, 1:34 to go here in the quarter. Reagan Hubbard trying to take control as she's done often tonight, and done about as well as she could have done considering that she does not have much of a supporting cast out there. So now Makayla Collier at the other end fouled as she drives to the basket. And I would imagine that Coach Carpenter will probably leave her into the game into the fourth quarter, then take her out during a dead ball so that she and Walker can both get well-deserved ovations. And probably give Batts and Gross more playing time than usual, the two seniors who normally do not start but did tonight. So Collier's first free throw is good. She has a game-high 16. Certainly this game belongs to the seniors, and Collier's second shot is also good. She has 17 now. Not a bad companion for her 22 on Tuesday night. So Hubbard now brings it up for the spark plugs here. Now three-pointer there. Good shot, but off the rim, though, rebounded by Hubbard. Shu brings it back out. I'll tell you, Hubbard, now another three again. That's 2 3-pointers in a row by Rebecca Groibel, one of 6 freshmen who plays for Speedway. She's 5'3". She took good shots, they just didn't fall. So it's a 26-point game-high margin for Cascade now. 53 seconds to go here in the third quarter. This is their senior day. So now Trinity Hostetler now pitches inside to Walker, who lays it off the glass. No good off the rim. Mackenzie Smith brings it up, passes to Hubbard, who, tell you, if you put Hubbard in the right situation, I mean, I think she could start for some very, very good teams. She just doesn't have the supporting cast here at Speedway. And I hope she gets some college attention. She certainly deserves it. And now a three-pointer, no good there by Riley Wade. Another young player. She's a junior, 5'2". That's another problem with Speedway. I mean, they're undersized. Speedway only has one player as tall as 5'9". Everybody else is 5'7" or under. They even have a player who's 4'11". That's the shortest player I've ever seen on a roster in my 5 years of commentary. She's a freshman, by the way, certainly could be growing a few more inches. Caitlin Turnqvist, one of the few Swedish Americans I've seen on a basketball roster this season. So now a jump shot there, and at the buzzer, no good by Hubbard. So we head to the last regular season quarter in the history of Makayla Collier, Bayleigh Walker, Lexie Gross, and Laura Batts. Looks like they're going to go out in style. Cascade leads the visiting the visiting Speedway Lady Spark Plugs by a score of 48-22 here on AudioSportsOnline.com. My name is Lex Zorn. I'm joined by Rob Kendall, and it's been a very, very pleasant evening. Certainly if you attended or at least tuned in for that barn burner Tuesday night at Avon, these two games could not be much more different, except that the one thing they will likely have in common is ending with Cascade victories. This one, Cascade, of course, they came back from 20 down to beat Avon on Tuesday night when a three-pointer at the buzzer was no good. Tonight, Cascade scored the first 10 points of the game, and Speedway held tough for about another quarter's worth of action before Cascade just pulled it away. They led by 23 at the half, now lead by 26. So Speedway, no JV team, 6 freshmen, and that really says it all. They've competed very hard. They've played to the maximum of their ability. They just don't, they're just outmatched. There's no shame in losing when you're simply beaten by a better team. So now we got, it looks like all the seniors are out now. Lexie Gross faking the three, now passing over to Laura Batts. Now back to Collier to Bayleigh Walker. And let's see, and then Katie Cleveland looks like is back in the game as well. And now a driving jump shot there by Bayleigh Walker, who now has 13. So she and Makayla Collier each have scored, Bayleigh Walker 41 the last 2 games, Collier 39 the last 2 games. And we ain't even done with the night. We have nearly an entire quarter to play now, 7:14 to go here in the fourth quarter at Cascade. And this is a game that Cascade probably could have won bigger, had they really tried. But they did give the 2 seniors who normally do not start a heavy dose of playing down tonight. And now Lexie Gross gets a steal. Great defensive play in her final regular season home game. Passes down court to Makayla Collier, who lays it in. She has 19 now. 52-22. Game-high 30-point lead for the Lady Cadets. 6:40 to go now. My voice holding up a lot better than it did on Tuesday because I'm doing a lot less shouting. It's been a very happy but subdued crowd because there's been very little drama in this game. They're just appreciating this last hurrah for the seniors. 6:20 to go now. 30-point lead now. 3-pointer there by Lindsay. Several of her, and it's out of bounds, air ball, but a lot of her 3-pointers actually have been from way beyond the arc, so she's a very fearless player. Certainly a very bright spot in the future of Speedway basketball. So now Lexie Gross with the ball, and now she double dribbles here. Be nice to see Lexie and Laura, the 2 seniors who normally are reserves, each get some points here before the game ends. 6:01 to go now. I mentioned Caitlin Turnquist, the freshman for Speedway, who's 4'11". It reminds me, and now it was a steal by Lexie Gross. She already has 2 in this quarter. She lays it up, and she got it. So Lexie Gross, in her final regular season home game, does put some points on the board, and making it even sweeter is that she did it on a sensational defensive play, her second steal of the quarter. Now another steal, this time by Walker, and she gives it up to, and now a 3-pointer there by Batts. No good. We got to get Laura some points tonight in her final game. 3 of the 4 seniors have scored. Now she gets the ball back. Pitches over to Walker, who drives to the basket. Now pitches it back out to Batts. Puts up a 3. No good off the rim. Bayleigh Walker puts it back up. No good. And this time the rebound goes to Riley Wade, a 5'2 junior. So now... And now another steal by Lexie. Wow, 3 steals in the first 3 minutes of her final regular season quarter. And now Collier no good on a 3. At the other end, now we've got a double. It looks like they got an over and back violation as Gregory fed. It looks like Lindsay as she was. Coming up from the backcourt, and she caught it just in the backcourt by about an inch, it looked like. But I think it was the correct call. 4:43 to go now. Bayleigh Walker now Lexie Gross with the ball. Feeds Laura Batts another 3. No good. So Laura's, I think, missed 3 field goals in this attempt in this quarter. And now at the other end of the court, Dal Carabo with the ball. And now it's knocked loose, but Hubbard comes away with it. Posts up on Walker. Now pitches out for a jump shot, and it's good there. And that was Carly Smith. That's her first points. And now you hear the student section thinking, chanting, "Thank you, seniors," and alternately. Thank you, seniors. Thank you, Makayla. Thank you, Bayleigh. And now Katie Cleveland gets her first points there. So 56-24 your score now. 3:44 to go. Cascade on their way to an easy senior day victory. And Reagan Hubbard with the ball now gives it over to Gianni Del Carabo. The last name is 2 words. It's D-A-L space C-O-R-O-B-B-O. And now... 3-pointer from the corner, no good. Rebound by Lexie Gross. So Lexie really doing a little bit of everything here in this quarter. as he's done everything except blocked a shot now in this quarter, and now we've got a whistle here with 3:16 to go. We got a timeout. Hopefully, they'll and now you see a smile on Carpenter's face. Now he just gave a hug to Bats, now to Walker. It looks like he's going to hug all the seniors tonight. I hope he takes them out one by one to an ovation. Coach Carpenter all smiles now, and now he's trying to hug Lexie Gross, and she jokingly jerks away from him. So definitely, it's been the atmosphere is a lot looser tonight than it was in that extremely tense game there at Avon, so definitely, I'd like to hear what Coach Carpenter said, at halftime. I figured he was probably just going to tell the girls, take care of the basketball, because that was really the reason they were down. They played an incredibly sloppy half, completely uncharacteristic, and then they were almost a complete 180 there in the second half. Oh, and the other thing I said he would probably tell them is just chip away at the lead. You can't, erase it all at once. Just do a little at a time. And they did that, of course. So now let's see. It looks like all the seniors are gone now. I was hoping he'd take them all out one by one. So it says they could each get a nice, final ovation. But nevertheless, great way to, cap off the regular season career of these girls as they head into next week's sectional. Of course, this is not their last home game ever because they will play here in the tournament there. They will play here in the sectional next week. But this is senior day, the day where they all get honored, where they have the ceremonies and all that good stuff. So under 3 minutes to go now. Speedway with Cascade with a 32-point lead over Speedway. And now no good on the 3-point shot. Rebound, I believe that's by Cleveland. 2:36 to go now. And so now let's see. We have a number 20 in for Cascade. I do not know who that is. So there's an Ella Davis, a 5'4" freshman, on the freshman team, but I don't know that's her. I'm not. And now on the other end of the court, we have Mackenzie Smith now pitches over to Dal Carabro for a jump shot. No good. And 2:07 to go now. Not likely we'll see a whole lot more scoring tonight. But now let's see, we've got Dixie Short there, a 5'3" sophomore into the game for Cascade. That's the first time I remember calling her name this season. And now she's fouled in the act of shooting. And the foul is going to go against number 00, who's not even on the roster. No, I'm sorry, that was on Nellis, because that was a mistake there on the scoreboard. So that's the second foul by Nellis. First free throw is up and good. So that very well could be the first varsity points in Dixie Short's career. Hopefully the first of many. Certainly she'll probably get a lot more playing time next year. Second free throw is no good. But anyway, 1:45 to go. Now the ball knocked out of bounds on a steal attempt to Cascade. $1:42 to go now. Three-pointer there. That's good. Awkward-looking three-point shot, but nevertheless good by Carly Smith. She has 5 now. Only 4 Lady Sparkplugs have scored tonight. That's actually the number. Only 4 Lady Cadets scored in their big win at Avon on Tuesday night. Their second win over the season. The second win of the season over a Class 4A team. Also beat Decatur Central early in the season there. And now let's see, that was, could not tell who that was there. And now at the other end, Ball knocked out of bounds to the Spark Plugs. .44 seconds to go now. And now we've got I think that was a double dribble there. 40.4 seconds left now. This Cascade will get at least one more chance to score here. Under 30 seconds now. Del Carabro, and she hits a nice hook shot there. So if it cuts the lead to 30, 17 seconds to go. Very well could have seen the last shot of the game there. We also have a number 20 into the game now for Cascade, and they're just going to let the clock run out. So that's it. So the Lady Cadets finished the regular season with a record of 17-5 with a 59-29 win over the Speedway Lady Spark Plugs. Individual scoring for your Speedway, for your Cascade Lady Cadets. It was the night of the seniors. The two regular senior starters they led the way. Makayla Collier had 19 and Bayleigh Walker 13. In addition, Hannah Rasnick had 7, Emilio Bryant 5. Taylor Norris 4, Olivia Bryant 4, Lexie Gross, another senior 2, Katie Cleveland 2, Dixie Short 2, and number 20, whatever her name is, I'm sorry, is not on the roster. Only she finished with 2 points as well. For Speedway, Hannah Lindsay had 11, Reagan Hubbard had 6, Mackenzie Smith had 5, Carly Smith had 5, and Gianni Del Carabo had 2. So it was a game in which Speedway on Cascade, on this senior day, jumped off to a 10-0 lead and never looked back, and they really made an outstanding send-off for possibly the best senior class in school history with Bayleigh Walker, Makayla Collier, Lexie Gross, and Laura Batts. But they still have unfinished business. These girls have never won a sectional. There have only been 2 sectional championships in school history, and they will do that. Their journey will begin a week from tomorrow night here on audiosportsonline.com. Hope you can get out here and see the game here in person and or tune in online. It'll be the second semifinal game of the evening starting about 7:30.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Great win by the Cadets to wrap up the home side of the 2016-2017 campaign. We will see you a week from tonight for the boys as they take on Bethesda, and we will see you a week from tomorrow night for the girls in semifinal sectional action. For Lex Zorn, I'm Rob Kendall saying have yourself a great evening.